The newest beast in the skies has finally arrived, and it's not here to play games. The F-15EX Eagle II, the most advanced iteration of the legendary F-15 family, is now fully operational and ready to dominate the battlefield with unmatched speed, payload, survivability, and raw American air superiority. Designed by Boeing and packed with cutting-edge technology, this fourth-generation plus fighter is rewriting what it means to bring overwhelming force to the skies. Make no mistake, this isn't your father's F-15. This is a reinvention built to fight alongside fifth-generation jets like the F-22 Raptor and F-35 Lightning II, filling in where stealth isn't necessary, and brute power is the name of the game. The Eagle II comes armed to the teeth, carrying more air-to-air and air-to-ground weapons than any other fighter in the U.S. inventory. Up to 29,500 pounds of munitions. That includes AIM-120D AMRAAMs, AIM-9X Sidewinders, Joint Direct Attack Munitions DAMs, and hypersonic weapons like the AGM-183RW when needed. And here's the real kicker. It can do it all without sacrificing speed. Capable of flying at Mach 2.5, the F-15EX can reach any combat zone in record time, hit hard, and get out clean. The airframe may resemble the classic twin-engine F-15, but under the skin, it's a whole new beast. We're talking digital fly-by-wire controls, open mission systems that allow plug-and-play upgrades, and the world's fastest mission computer, capable of processing data 87 times faster than legacy F-15s. With a service life of 20,000 hours, double that of the older models, and a two-pilot configuration that allows for flexible mission roles, the Eagle II is built for longevity and lethality. But that's not all. It also features a state-of-the-art /APG 82V, one AESA radar system that can track multiple targets at extended ranges, even in electronic warfare-contested environments. Plus, with the APOS, Eagle passive/active warning and survivability system, it has advanced jamming, radar warning, and countermeasure capabilities to avoid getting lit up by enemy systems. And let's not forget the cockpit. This is where the magic happens. Pilots sit in front of large area displays and high-speed data fusion systems, giving them full situational awareness and the ability to control not just their aircraft, but future drone wingmen as part of the U.S. Air Force's Loyal Wingman program. The Eagle II is expected to be a command node in the sky, coordinating air strikes, directing drones, and overwhelming adversaries with information warfare before the first missile is even fired. And speaking of combat, the F-15EX has already begun flexing its muscles in training exercises, simulating combat scenarios where it outperformed expectations. Whether flying contested airspace, supporting ground troops, or conducting deep strike missions, this jet proves it belongs in the skies of tomorrow. The U.S. Air Force plans to procure at least 144 of these jets, replacing aging F-15C divided by D aircraft that are increasingly expensive to maintain. The transition is happening quickly. Units like the 142nd Wing in Oregon and the 85th Test and Evaluation Squadron at Eglin Air Force Base have already begun receiving and testing the new platform, and the results are nothing short of stunning. Pilots report superior handling, greater reliability, and mission versatility never seen before in a non-stealth platform. The Eagle II can enter air-to-air combat, dominate, and then shift to ground strike missions in a single sortie. It is the definition of multi-role flexibility. But perhaps the biggest game changer is cost and speed of deployment. While stealth jets like the F-35 are still crucial, they are expensive and require unique maintenance environments. The F-15EX, however, leverages existing infrastructure and maintenance personnel trained on older F-15s, making the transition smooth and efficient. It also boasts a significantly lower operating cost compared to fifth-gen platforms. That means more flight hours, more presence in sky, and more punch per dollar. International partners are taking notice too. Countries like Indonesia, Israel, and Saudi Arabia have expressed interest in Eagle II, impressed by its firepower and proven airframe heritage combined with 21st century systems. In a world where near-peer threats like China and Russia are ramping up their aerial capabilities, America needs a jet that can carry more weapons, fly farther, and fight longer, and the F-15EX does just that. And here's the wild part. It's future-proof. The open architecture allows for constant software updates, new weapon integrations, and AI enhancements without needing to overhaul the entire jet. That means this bird will only get deadlier with time. The Eagle II is not just a stopgap. It's a strategic weapon for decades to come. Already, in simulated war games, the F-15EX has outperformed rival jets in multiple combat configurations, working in tandem with stealth fighters to overwhelm enemy air defenses. It's the perfect quarterback for America's future air dominance strategy. And when you add in its potential to carry hypersonic weapons, suddenly you're looking at a launch platform that could strike targets at blistering speeds with surgical precision from beyond the reach of most adversaries. This gives the United States an unmatched first strike and retaliatory capability that keeps rogue nations in check. The psychological impact of knowing there's a jet out there that can reach you before you even detect it, armed with more firepower than a squadron, can't be overstated. And it's not just power, it's precision. With improved targeting pods like the Sniper ADP and upgraded communication suites, the Eagle II ensures that every weapon finds its mark. It can relay data across domains, air, sea, ground, and space, linking with satellites, command centers, and allied aircraft to ensure that warfighters have every tool they need in real time. Imagine a combat scenario where an F-15EX is flying high over a war zone, directing drone swarms, launching hypersonics, jamming enemy radar, and giving real-time updates to ground troops all at once. That's no longer science fiction, that's reality. The Eagle II is designed to thrive in multi-domain warfare, and with every flight hour, it gets sharper, smarter, and deadlier. It's already being integrated into red flag exercises and other international drills to ensure that U.S. forces and allies are ready to use it to its full potential in any global conflict. In fact, some military analysts believe the Eagle II may become the backbone of U.S. air power in a high-threat war, able to launch from bases across the globe, overwhelm enemy defenses, and return with mission success again and again. While stealth has its role, brute force and overwhelming firepower still win battles, and the F-15EX brings both in spades. The message is clear to any adversary watching. The skies belong to the United States, and the F-15EX Eagle II is here to make sure they stay that way. It's big, it's bad, it's battle-ready. And now that it's finally operational, America's enemies better think twice before stepping into the arena. The legend has evolved. The future is airborne, and the F-15EX is leading the charge. So buckle up, because air dominance just got a whole lot louder. As the Eagle II begins to spread its wings across Air Force squadrons, a new era in aerial warfare is dawning, one where legacy meets lethal innovation, and every sortie redefines what air power truly means on the modern battlefield. While stealth fighters continue to lead in first-day strike roles, the F-15EX brings something unique to the table: persistent, overwhelming firepower and relentless versatility in contested environments. This is a warbird that doesn't hide in the shadows. It dominates the skies with raw presence. Picture this: two F-15EX jets flying in formation, each armed with 12 AMRAAM missiles, 2 Sidewinders, and a full load of ground strike munitions, tearing through enemy airspace while relaying real-time targeting data to F-35s in the area. These Eagles aren't just attack platforms. They're flying command centers with talons of steel, able to deliver hell from above while guiding the bigger air picture. And with their two-seat design, one pilot can focus on flying while the other manages complex combat systems, drone coordination, and networked warfare. A perfect fit for future Joint All-Domain Command and Control, JDC-2 missions. At the heart of the Eagle II's brainpower lies the Advanced Display Core Processor 2, the most powerful mission computer ever installed in a fighter jet. Capable of processing data at lightning speeds, it allows pilots to sift through thousands of data points per second, from radar tracks to incoming threats, from targeting solutions to terrain data. And unlike earlier jets, the F-15EX is future adaptive, designed with an open systems architecture that makes it easy to integrate next-gen weapons, sensors, and AI co-pilots as technology evolves. This modularity ensures the Eagle II remains a frontline force for the next 30-plus years, no matter how quickly the battle space changes. But technology alone doesn't win wars. Training, tactics, and readiness do. That's why the U.S. Air Force is deploying the F-15EX to active training ranges, where they're being pushed to their limits in combat simulations against near-peer adversary tactics. Early red flag results are in, and they're impressive. The Eagle II is racking up simulated kills at a staggering rate, outperforming expectations in both offensive and defensive roles. When paired with electronic warfare aircraft, drones, and satellites, the F-15EX becomes the ultimate force multiplier, able to extend the reach and lethality of the entire air package. Meanwhile, back home, ground crews are praising its maintainability, with 90% commonality with the F-15E Strike Eagle. Transitioning logistics and support infrastructure has been faster and smoother than any recent platform integration. That means fewer downtime hours, faster turnarounds, and more jets of sky at any given time. And when you consider how quickly geopolitical flashpoints can erupt, Taiwan, the South China Sea, the Middle East, the ability to surge capable, heavily armed aircraft at a moment's notice becomes more than a convenience. It's a strategic necessity. Imagine a carrier strike group under threat in the Indo-Pacific. Within hours, F-15E-S could launch from forward bases in Guam, Alaska, or Japan and race to intercept enemy bombers or missiles, using their superior speed and range to reach the fight ahead of other assets. They can operate from austere airfields, resupply quickly, and get right back in the fight. These jets aren't fragile. They're built like tanks and fly like missiles. And for the U.S. military, that's exactly the kind of resilience needed in a high-end conflict where airfields might be targeted and resupply chains tested. Let's not forget their role in homeland defense, either. The F-15EX, with its upgraded radar and long-range weapons, can serve as a rapid response interceptor against cruise missiles, drones, or other threats entering U.S. airspace. In fact, with the increasing threat of hypersonic missiles from adversaries like Russia and China, having a platform that can detect, track, and engage these threats at extended ranges is more critical than ever. The Eagle II doesn't just survive in the kill zone, it owns it. And as technology progresses, there are rumors of even more upgrades in the pipeline. We're talking about integration with the AIM-260 Joint Advanced Tactical Missile, laser-guided weapons, drone women AI control, and even directed energy weapons down the road. That's right. Within the next decade, the F-15EX could be firing high-powered lasers at incoming missiles while simultaneously coordinating drone swarms and launching hypersonic strikes. This is the future of air dominance, and it's already unfolding in real time, with ability to carry more weapons farther and faster than any U.S. fighter. The Eagle II also plays a key role in strategic deterrence. Adversaries thinking about testing U.S. resolve must now consider the cost of facing a sky filled with battle-hardened, heavily armed eagles capable of overwhelming any defense grid. It's a message that resonates loud and clear. America doesn't just protect the skies. It controls them. Even the visual presence of an F-15EX on a flight line or in the sky sends a strong geopolitical message. Whether flying alongside NATO allies in Europe or conducting joint operations in the Pacific, the Eagle II serves as a symbol of unwavering U.S. commitment to its allies and interests. And make no mistake, this bird can fight. It doesn't matter if the mission is air interdiction, close air support, maritime strike, or defensive counter-air. The F-15EX excels in all of them. No other fighter in the U.S. inventory can switch roles mid-mission with the same fluidity. It's the Swiss Army knife of jets, built for 21st century warfare and beyond. In a head-to-head against Chinese J-20s or Russian Su-35s, the Eagle II holds its ground with superior avionics, better radar, longer-range missiles, and more experienced pilots. And while stealth is key for penetrating deep into enemy territory, once the air defenses are down, it's the F-15EX that can move in, establish dominance, and hold the line. It's the jet that clears the sky and keeps it clear. And it's not just hype. The Pentagon's investment of over $1.1 billion into the F-15EX program shows just how serious the U.S. is about maintaining a balanced, lethal air force that doesn't rely solely on stealth to win wars. It's about options, flexibility, and overwhelming firepower, and the Eagle II delivers all three. As more squadrons begin converting to the EX, we can expect to see its role expand even further. Already, tactical innovations are being tested with this platform: distributed operations, rapid dispersal from remote airfields, and hybrid man-unmanned teaming. In a real-war scenario, the F-15EX could fly alongside AI-powered drones that act as decoys, missile trucks, or electronic jammers, all under the command of the lead Eagle. It's an entirely new way of fighting. Faster, smarter, more lethal. And here's the best part. The F-15EX is built and tested in America by American hands, using American technology. It's a testament to U.S. engineering and military vision, an aircraft that combines lessons from past decades of combat with the demands of tomorrow's battlefields. So when the Eagle II screams across the sky, it's more than a show of force. It's a reminder that the United States isn't stepping back from air superiority. We're doubling down. With every takeoff, the F-15EX sends a signal to friends and foes alike. America is ready. Ready to strike. Ready to defend. Ready to win. As the F-15EX Eagle II soars into its fully operational future, the implications for U.S. air strategy are profound. Redefining what it means to project power and maintain air superiority in an increasingly multipolar world filled with unpredictable threats, contested zones, and rapidly advancing adversaries, where every second counts and every mission matters. In this high-stakes theater of modern warfare, the Eagle II isn't just another fighter. It's a symbol of American military adaptability, a warhorse evolved for 21st century challenges, and a thunderous answer to any rival who dares to test U.S. resolve. While 5th-gen stealth jets like the F-35 and F-22 stealthily pierce the heart of enemy defenses, the F-15EX does what no other platform can. It unleashes overwhelming, visible, unmistakable power in every direction. It's not trying to hide. It's there to dominate. It brings the fight with it. From dozens of air-to-air missiles locked and loaded under its wings to bunker-busting bombs ready to wipe hardened targets off the map. The Eagle II can engage enemy aircraft at over 100 miles with beyond visual range weapons, and it can simultaneously track and fire on multiple targets, while coordinating with ground units, naval forces, and space-based assets through advanced data links like Link, 16, and future JDC2 networks. Imagine it leading a joint force strike package, flanked by F-35s feeding it targeting data, MQ-9 Reapers scouting ahead, and Navy ships lobbing Tomahawks in perfect synchrony. The F-15EX isn't flying solo in this fight. It's the keystone in a network kill web designed to overwhelm enemy defenses and deny them control of the air from the opening shot to the final blow. Its active electronically scanned array AESA radar, the N/APG-82V-1, gives pilots unmatched situational awareness and the ability to detect, jam, or destroy threats long before they ever know what hit them. Paired with the latest electronic warfare suite, the Eagle II becomes a ghost in the electronic spectrum, able to blind enemy sensors, disrupt their communications, and confuse their missile guidance systems before delivering a crushing kinetic strike. And the payload? It's insane. The Eagle II can carry over 29,000 pounds of weapons, more than any other U.S. fighter, ranging from laser-guided bombs to future hypersonic missiles that will hit targets at Mach 5 speeds. That makes it not just a platform for air superiority, but also a standoff strategic strike asset that can influence the ground battle from hundreds of miles away. And when it's time to refuel, the F-15EX doesn't even flinch. With conformal fuel tanks and aerial refueling capability, it can patrol longer, strike deeper, and respond faster than most fighters in any fleet. In terms of survivability, the Eagle II's two-engine design, advanced radar warning receivers, digital flight control system, and self-defense countermeasures mean it's built not just to strike first, but to make it back home every time. And let's talk about speed. The F-15EX isn't a slow creeper in stealth mode. It's a brute force beast that can hit Mach 2.5, outrun, outclimb, and outgun just about anything in the sky today, making it a nightmare for enemy interceptors and a savior for friendly forces under siege. This jet doesn't hesitate. When the order comes, it launches hard, hits fast, and returns ready to do it all over again. And now, with new production lines humming at Boeing's St. Louis facility, the U.S. is churning out these birds with speed and efficiency that brings confidence to commanders and dread to enemies. Each jet rolling off the line represents another nail in the coffin for outdated aerial doctrine. And with a projected fleet size growing beyond the initial 144 aircraft, the F-15EX isn't just a supplement. It's the spine of future air power flexibility, capable of filling roles from homeland defense and anti-cruise missile patrols to tactical airstrikes and electronic attack coordination. Already, U.S. Air Force squadrons are lining up to transition, replacing aging F-15C divided by D models with this next-gen Eagle that not only carries forward a proud legacy of McDonnell Douglas' original design, but launches it into new dimensions of lethality. Pilots who transition from older F-15s to the EX say it's like trading a muscle car for a fighter-bomber supercomputer on wings. Faster, stronger, smarter, and far more capable in every domain. And when the skies get crowded, the Eagle II shines even brighter. In large-scale force-on-force exercises, where hundreds of aircraft fill the sky in complex engagements, the F-15EX takes on the role of both hammer and shield, covering stealth jets, escorting bombers, jamming enemy radars, and launching a fusillade of missiles that can turn any air war into a rout. But this isn't just about peer-to-peer conflict. In asymmetric environments, think rogue states, terrorist sanctuaries, or gray zone conflicts, the Eagle II delivers rapid response strike options without the need for full-scale deployment. If an American embassy is under threat in Africa, if Iranian fast boats swarm a carrier group in the Gulf, or if a rogue regime starts moving chemical weapons in violation of treaties, the F-15EX can be airborne in minutes with a loadout tailored for destruction, deterrence, or surgical precision. Its sheer speed of deployment and multi-role flexibility make it the aircraft of choice for commanders who need options, not excuses. And now, as America faces renewed challenges in every corner of the globe, from Chinese aggression in the Indo-Pacific to Russian provocations in Eastern Europe, the Eagle II is standing tall, wings wide, ready to write a new chapter in the legacy of American air power. This isn't just an evolution. It's a revolution in readiness, response, and reach. Whether it's defending Taiwan from amphibious assault, escorting B-21 raiders on a stealth strike mission, or clearing the skies of the Black Sea, the F-15EX will be in the thick of it, fast, fierce, and unrelenting. And this revolution isn't happening in a vacuum. U.S. allies are watching. NATO nations, Pacific partners, and strategic allies across the globe see the Eagle II and are taking notes. Some are considering acquisitions of their own, while others are aligning their own air doctrines to complement the rise of the EX. The jet doesn't just lift bombs. It lifts the morale and deterrence profile of every battle group it supports. Its presence alone shifts the balance. And on the home front, the jet's production and deployment are creating thousands of American jobs, advancing aerospace engineering, and fueling innovation that will spill over into civilian aviation and space exploration for years to come. It's not just a military win. It's a national win. The F-15EX is built with American steel, flown by American warriors, and maintained by American hands. It's a symbol of industrial strength as much as military supremacy. And it's proving every day that when it comes to defending freedom, technology, and democracy, the United States of America does not play catch-up. We lead from the front. So the next time an enemy radar blips and they realize what's screaming toward them at Mach 2.5, bristling with 20 missiles and guided by satellite-fed targeting data, they'll understand the truth. The Eagle II has arrived. The battle is no longer coming. It's already here. And with the F-15EX in skies, the outcome is already written in fire and steel. America owns the sky, and it always will. And now, as the thunder of the F-15EX Eagle II echoes across U.S. air bases and global hotspots, the true weight of this beast becomes clear. Not merely a weapon, but a statement, a declaration that the skies still belong to America, that when allies sleep soundly and enemies stir with dread, it's because something with twin engines and an unmistakable growl guards the high ground. With its new designation as the backbone of future aerial supremacy, the Eagle II is more than a replacement. It's a bold recalibration of what air dominance means in a world teetering on the edge of technological overmatch, cyber warfare, hypersonic arms races, and drone swarms. What the F-15EX represents is not just a tool for battle, but a flexible, lethal platform that ensures America can strike first, strike hard, and survive to strike again. This aircraft brings back the philosophy of hard-hitting, high-speed, multi-role dominance with modern touches, interoperable systems, artificial intelligence-assisted avionics, fast mission planning through digital twin tech, and a capacity to act as a combat leader even among stealth platforms. Unlike other aircraft that specialize in stealth or dogfighting or bombing, the Eagle II is the ultimate hybrid. Part brawler, part brain, part guardian angel in the sky. When launched from hardened shelters or forward bases in Europe, Asia, or the Pacific, it can immediately establish air control and begin shaping the battle space for all other operations, from refueling tankers to stealth bombers, from naval destroyers below to satellites above. The Eagle II can do it all, and it's doing it with fewer pilots, greater safety margins, and combat-tested avionics that keep evolving with every software update. Boeing and the U.S. Air Force didn't just build a fighter. They built a scalable air warfare ecosystem, one that integrates into the future force, ready to receive hypersonic missiles like the AGM-183 or Next-Gen Long-Range Standoff, LRSO, cruise missiles, and even adapt to drone teaming protocols where the F-15EX can command loyal wingmen, UAVs like the Valkyrie or Ghostbat in complex airstrikes. This means that a single Eagle II flight could soon command a pack of drones, each armed and programmed to hit targets, jam systems, or absorb enemy fire, making a manned jet not just a pilot, but a force multiplier. And yet, despite this cutting-edge capacity, it never sacrifices raw power. This machine can fight at 65,000 feet, sprint at Mach 2.5, and bring nearly 30,000 pounds of armament, making it the only jet in the U.S. inventory that blends massive weapons load with speed and survivability, something even the mighty F-22 or F-35 can't fully match. And as countries like China deploy J-20 Mighty Dragons or Russia throws Su-57s into the fog of war, the F-15EX stands undeterred, fully capable of detecting, engaging, and eliminating high-value threats at long range while still dogfighting if the situation collapses into close combat chaos. This bird doesn't blink, and it doesn't need to hide. It brings justice and punishment right to the enemy's front porch, from hardened Iranian missile sites to North Korean mobile launchers, and even Chinese island fortifications in the South China Sea. In homeland defense scenarios, the F-15EX is even more critical, able to launch rapidly to intercept rogue aircraft, cruise missiles, or even hypersonic threats approaching the U.S. coast. In war games and red flag simulations, the Eagle II repeatedly proves itself as a dominator, holding the air while acting as a mobile sensor fusion platform, passing targeting data to stealth assets, coordinating with command centers, and even offering command and control backup when AWACS are under threat. It's a fighter, a leader, and a survivor. And what's more, it's future-proof. Designed with open mission systems architecture, the F-15EX can integrate new technologies like quantum sensors, AI-enhanced targeting, swarm drone management, and space-based reconnaissance input faster than legacy jets. It's modular, adaptable, and hungry for upgrades, meaning the jet you see today is just the beginning of what will become tomorrow. With each sortie, each training mission, each combat alert patrol, the EX proves itself again and again to the pilots who trust it with their lives and the commanders who count on it to deliver results when diplomacy ends and the fight begins. And now, as international tensions rise and conflict once again threatens global stability, the F-15EX is not just on the tarmac, it's taking flight. From the cold Alaskan skies to the deserts of CENTCOM, from carrier escort duties in the Pacific to quick reaction alerts over Eastern Europe, the Eagle II is everywhere it needs to be, forming the spear tip of a new American air doctrine built not on theory, but on proven capacity and overwhelming firepower. In the near future, you'll see squadrons of these jets fly in tandem with stealth bombers, armed drones, and allied fighters in multinational operations, forming the backbone of coalition force projection. You'll see it dominate air shows, joint exercises, and live combat engagements with terrifying efficiency. And as the U.S. develops sixth-generation programs like NGAD, Next Generation Air Dominance, don't expect the Eagle II to fade into the background. It will serve alongside those newer jets, covering their flanks, extending their reach, and delivering payloads they simply cannot match. While stealthy aircraft sneak in and strike key nodes, the F-15EX will be the shield, the hammer, and the presence that says, "We're here and we're staying." In the minds of both allies and adversaries, it sends a message. The U.S. doesn't just talk about strength. It builds it, funds it, trains with it, and flies it into the heart of danger. That's the legacy the F-15EX inherits and the future it defines. As it roars over the American flag waving on distant runways, as it taxis under floodlights with ground crews saluting, as its engines scream into the twilight skies of tomorrow's battlefield, the world knows one thing for sure. This eagle doesn't sleep. It hunts. And it wins. The newest U.S. F-15EX Eagle II is finally ready to battle. And with it, America has just reloaded its wings of war.